Oh my god.
Go! Tori, go.
Hi, my name is Evelyn Elwer.
And my name is Wells Keating.
Thank you for joining us today.
Don't change the channel quite yet because we have a very influential headline coming up.
The top trending headline for today is James Watson and Francis Crick's 50th anniversary for making a structure of DNA.
Now, before we begin talking about their amazing accomplishments, let's talk a little bit about their childhood.
James Watson was born in Chicago in 1928. As a child, he was very smart and always asked questions.
Now, Francis Crick was born in 1960 in Northampton, England. Like James, Francis was also very smart and read a lot of books. One of his favorite hobbies was to go bird watching with his dad. He loved studying the way they flew and the swiftness of their wing strokes.
Here's a picture of where Francis was born. As you can tell, it is very nice. So Francis lived a wealthier lifestyle while growing up.
Watson entered the University of Chicago at just 15 years old. He was part of the Under the Gifted Youngster program.
Unlike Watson, Francis taught himself the rudiments of quantum mechanics while he was doing grad research.
James decided he wanted to go to grad school and become the ornithology at the Museum of Natural History.
This is a picture of the National Museum of Natural History. You might know this place as the Smithsonian.
While James knew what he wanted his future to look like, Crick was still very unsure of what occupation he wanted to uphold.
While in grad school, James read the book What is Life? This was the first time he was intrigued by science. He was interested in chromosomes and genes.
While Crick was figuring out what job he would like to occupy, he started visiting many science labs and scientists.
As James sparked an interest in chromosomes, he went to a PhD with Salvatore Luria. Salvatore Luria is a pioneer in bacteriophage research at Indiana University.
At the same time, Crick was working at Strangeways Laboratory, where he worked on effects of magnetism on chick fibrillate cells.
Watson then went to spend time in Europe and work at the Cavendish Laboratory of the University of Cambridge.
By then, Francis was also working there.
Watson was lucky enough to share an office with Crick.
This picture shows the physics research student at the Cavendish Laboratory of the University of Cambridge. The picture in the right-hand corner is the Francis Crick and James Watson standing by the side in the front row.
In 1953, Francis and James made the first ever accurate model of DNA.
This was two separate ideas that they made to become one.
Francis thought of the double helix structure of DNA.
And James came up with the DNA structure.
In 1954, James Watson came up with the RNA tie club.
Funny. This club is a group of select individuals who contributed to the meaning of DNA, including Francis.
When you were a member of the group, you would receive a wooden necklace with an embroidered helix.
There are about 20 members of this club. In 1963, James and Francis shared the Nobel Peace Prize for Physiology or Medicine.
They won because they discovered that DNA is shaped like a double helix.
After there was a double helix model, there were still many questions asked about DNA.
To try to answer the question that was being asked, Crick wrote a book in 1988 called What a Mad Pursuit.
As we know, Francis Crick and James Watson are still with us today. They are getting older and we need to appreciate and celebrate this amazing discovery.
As we jump forward to today, September 4th, 2003, we see that this may now seem like a simpler concept.
But back then, this was a groundbreaking discovery that led to so many more conclusions.
Thank you for tuning in with us today.
And remember, small ideas can one day become complex thoughts. Word out.